Welcome to this online interview by Project Cargo Weekly. Our very special guest of honor today is Mr. Miguel Figaredo. He is the Director and Business Development Director of CEIT Logistics based in Spain. First and foremost, Miguel, very welcome to this interview.
Thank you very much, Bo. It's a pleasure to be here.
Likewise. I always allow my interviewees a chance to elaborate a little bit on their career leading up to this and why they chose to get into logistics. So the same with you. How come you are not a football star in Barcelona? Why did you choose logistics?
No, first of all, I would be a star in Real Madrid, not in Barcelona.
Okay. Okay.
But that being said, my career is it's not the typical one in the logistics sector. I grew up with logistics. My dad founded this company in 1979. It's actually one of the first forwarders in Spain. He always tells a story that when he created it, he had the problem to even register the company as a forwarder because the concept didn't exist. So I grew up with it at home. I went with my dad to see many big maneuvers, big transports with ships, with trucks, with cranes, with everything. So I grew up with it. Then my main interest followed the investment side. I developed my main career in investments and investment banking with JP Morgan, Santander, in the US, in Switzerland, in Spain. And after that, I did my MBA, and on the MBA, I started to touch a bit the family business part of business. And I started to show more interest in coming back to Spain and run the family business. So it's been 5 years since I've done that. After the pandemic hit in 2021, I came back to Spain, to Gijón, where we're from. We were born here, we're still here, doing business from here, and we're proud of that. So that's how I end up in logistics. I'm more in charge of the business development side, but logistics runs through my veins. So it's a sector that I think once you try it, you get hooked.
Yeah, well, I think you're absolutely right. Interesting career you've had up to now, and it's never hurts to be on good relations and know how the banking system works, right?
Yeah.
So Miguel, what can you tell us? Fast forward to this day and age. What can you tell us about the offices and the headcount and the business of the CEIT? And also, what does CEIT mean? Is it an abbreviation in Spanish, or tell us about your current, let's say, business mode?
Perfect. So CEIT in Spanish is Coordinación, Estudios e Ingeniería del Transporte, which means coordination, studies of and engineering of transportation.
Right.
So that's what it means in Spanish. We take the I very seriously. We always, the I of engineering in Spanish would be the idea. There's always engineers in the team. My dad was an engineer. We have Javier with us. He's an engineer. And we do engineering of transportation. We don't just move length by width by height and metric cubes and stuff like that. We know the cargo, we analyze, we know center of gravity. We like those drawings. We like to go deep into the conversation. So we have the engineering aspect of it very well embedded in our DNA. And we are more of a boutique company. We're currently a team of 6. We have people for maritime, for containers, for more of the project cargo segment, and also the heavy lift segment, business development, administration, and that's a bit how we are running things. We prefer to be small and agile, to be able to adapt way better to what our clients need, to what the market dictates, and that's how we are operating right now.
Okay.
Size.
Okay, and I understand, just to be clear for our viewers here, you're based in the port of Gijón, right? Can you tell our viewer, because Spain is pretty big with many ports, where physically are you located exactly?
We are located in Gijón. It's one of the main ports in the north of Spain, northwest. It's in between Galicia and Cantabria, or Basque Country, also for more people that maybe know a bit less of the north of Spain. Yeah. It's a very industrial area with a lot of history on manufacturing of big components. Iconic company like Duro Felguera and Calderería Pesada was here. That's where my dad, when started the business, he was the main figure for heavy logistics for them back in the day. A lot of big companies manufacturing big stuff here in Asturias. For now, we're evolving into also the wind offshore market.
Oh, yeah.
Many defense sector, many sectors, hydro, many sectors of big interest here in the region. Gijón has a very big port with very good drafts for big projects. Yeah. And it's very well positioned in the north of Spain to capture a lot of business. So we are happy to be from here. We stay here because we love to be here. This is where we're from, and we do business from here. And a lot of our clients are from Gijón, from Asturias, but also we work with clients from all over the world, all the rest of Spain. So we have no limits on that. Okay, cool. That's very interesting because, you know, when people say Spain, most people, they only think about Valencia, Barcelona, Madrid, maybe. They don't think about, and maybe Bilbao, they don't think about Gijón. Yes. You know, so yeah. Interesting. It's not the most common place, but it's we're kicking. Yeah. And I'm sure people work more efficiently in the smaller areas than in the big ones. That's yes. That's one of the pros of being here. Yeah. How do you feel nowadays? You might say that you are a typical project freight forwarder and also with the engineering on top. How do you view now the fact that some shipping lines, they like to be freight forwarders too? I mean, effectively trying to eradicate our business. Do you see that in Spain as well, that some shipping lines want to act like you do? Of course, we saw that back in the day. We saw some of the shipping lines moving in that direction. Spain, I think it's a very concrete country and very specific. Maybe they're very big international conglomerates and they didn't analyze very well the Spanish sector. The Spanish sector works 99% with freight forwarders, and a lot of the business is done actually by small freight forwarders that are very, very close to the clients. A lot of family business that they run the business together, like our case with a lot of our clients. I think they scared maybe the market at the beginning. They tried, maybe the big guys moved, but the mid-sized clients, that is where we also operate. They don't even want to hear about working directly with shipping lines. At the end of the day, with logistics, you need to be very agile. You need to be very close to your clients, and the big shipping lines maybe are not able to deliver that. That's my perception, because yeah, we went through that process when they started to do those moves, and we haven't lost a single client. Actually, we grew because some clients that came rebounded from working directly with shipping lines. I must say I'm very happy to hear that, because as an editor of this newsletter, it's one of my focal points to highlight this, because at least you pick up the phone and you don't have a call center in India. You know, it's people can actually get hold of you, right? So. Yes. We try. We save that hustle to our clients, mainly in the part of containers. That is one of our lines of business. But yeah, we save that hustle to our clients. We deal with that. We not only pick up the phone always. It's usually the same people picking up the phone. The people that work with us has been with us for above a decade, most of them. Some of the new additions have been here for 2 years also, but mainly the team is a long-term team. So you always have the same people handling your cargo. We know the cargo very well. We know the processes. We try to embed ourselves into our clients' supply chain as much as we can. Yeah. How do you view the fact that for the, let's say, new young generation, which is the so-called internet or Google or YouTube generation, how do we attract them to our business? You are there by default, of course, due to family, and you like it. But how do we get new youngsters to come and join us? Do you have that problem in Spain as well, to find good youngsters who actually would like to join us? Yeah. It's one of the main problems in the industry in general. It's hard to find talent, and it's hard to find talent so committed as this sector needs you to be. You know, the more the project cargo and the heavy lifting industry, you need to love it to be involved with it, because if you don't love it, you better do something else. Yeah. So the way me personally, I prefer to bet on experience and more senior profiles. I think when you're handling project cargo, heavy lifting maneuvers, the client on the other side wants to hear experience, wants to see some gray hairs, on the conversation, wants to see long CVs with people with actual experience. So that's what we bring to the table. That being said, we also have young people joining the team. I think in Spain, you need to treat your employees the best way you can. Give them the best tools for them to be able to deliver the best for their clients. And sometimes I did my career internationally, and when you come back to Spain, the Spanish culture sometimes it's a bit more aggressive with the employee. But that I think has a very short run. I think you need to treat your employees the best way you can, because at the end of the day, you do business people with people. At the end, how things grow. So you need also that commitment from the employees to stay for decades within the company. In a small family business like us, that is very important. We pick and choose very well who we bring into the team.
I think that's very well said, and of course it helps to have been outside the Beltway. I mean, you've actually been outside Spain, which of course gives another perspective, and you can see there how important it is. You're right, it's people-to-people business, and without the right people, what can we do? Interesting. Can you elaborate a little bit on just a couple of the big projects you've handled recently for in and out of Spain? Can you give some examples? Just a few.
Yes. Yeah, 2025 has been a pretty active, interesting year. We are still managing, because it's a very big project, a hydro project in Luanda. We manage, it's a very big packing list of overweight dimensions cargo that leaves from Bilbao, from Avilés, from Vigo. You need to handle a lot of different dates of things being ready, and we managed to send everything to Luanda, combining ro-ro solutions, combining heavy lift vessels, combining also we had to do all the transports in from the place of manufacturing to the ports, then the whole ocean freight, also the storage, also the customs clearance, everything. So it was I would say it's a project that explains pretty well in a nutshell how we operate, what we're able to do, because we had to do a lot of different things for the same project. We managed to transport pieces of more than 7 meters wide from the Basque country to the port of Bilbao. We managed to also handle some complex shaped cargo leaving from Avilés of like 90 tons, helping the client to design the lifting points in order to be able to lift properly with the vessel. Stuff like that. That's what we did in this project. I could talk more in depth about that project. It's still going on. We're managing the next shipments as we speak. Also, we're very active in international special transports. Engines of 85 tons to Romania. We do a bit of those projects.
Just for reference, what would be the total freight ton for this Luanda project that you handled?
It depends on if you combine all the packing lists, you should be around maybe 6,000.
That's very impressive.
Yes.
Africa, or many places in Africa, are by no means easy. So let's say whoever called themselves Africa experts, you have to always check that, right?
Yeah, double and triple check. Double and triple check. There's many cases of a lot of people saying, "I'll handle that," and then things happen. Africa is a complex place.
How do you go about to make your name known internationally as CEIT? I mean, of course, Spain is a big economy, and everybody knows where Spain is located. But how do you make your company known to the outside world? Sometimes terms might be FOB, and the overseas buyer decide. How do you make sure that you are known outside?
We grow. I actually have to say that's a big job done by my dad, the first generation of the business. Back in the day, there was only him and maybe a couple of guys more in Spain doing what we do. Yeah. So the brand of CEIT, it's known already overseas from already. Actually, yesterday we turned 47 years old. Okay. Not a lot of people can say that number with this size, a small family business doing what we do. I think the brand is very well known in the sector, mainly in Europe. That's where we are more active because of all the things that we did in the first generation of the business. we also grow a lot of components are being manufactured in Spain or actually coming to Spain, and a lot of people, I guess for us it's our bread and butter, but when you arrive to a new country you need eyes and hands, and I think what we provide is a very solid, good team to partner up with to do solid logistics of complex and delicate materials usually. So Spain is growing a lot on manufacturing big components for projects. Sometimes they need, now with the current scenario, a lot of manufacturers, they sell in the port or they sell exports. So we also handle those transports for maybe European forwarders, American forwarders that we also work with. That's also a way of growing. We help with the FOB scope or with the delivery destination scope. We have big projects in Huelva, for example, in the south of Spain, happening probably in the next years, that we help European forwarders to deliver at site.
Okay, that's interesting. So in a way, you help, you are forwarder, project forwarder yourself, but you also help others who have, let's say, have no know-how or knowledge or skill in Spain. So you can also be their eyes and ears on the ground.
Yes, yes.
Okay, interesting. How do you feel? You said 25 was a good year for you. How has the year 2026 started for you? And do you feel the repercussions of the Middle East conflict?
2026 was a year that after, I would always say, after the party of 2025, I think everybody had a great year in 2025.
Yeah.
I was a bit skeptical to think that this was going to last, but apparently it still has momentum. We are very active. We have more packing lists from the Luanda project. We're growing a lot on the defense sector, nuclear sector projects that are also being very, very active. And I think 2026 may end up being even a bit better than 2025 if we keep going with this momentum. So I think that's the reason for that. Is also, I don't know, partnering up with good clients, with people that you connect with. My dad always told me, don't do business with who has the most amount of cargo. Do business with the one that you get along the best, and you know, when things go south, it's gonna be there to you work as a team. So I think we're doing a good job on working with certain clients that it's paying off, and it looks to be it's looking to be a pretty good number on 2026.
That's good to hear. It's strange in a way, isn't it? War and Corona, both seem to have been very, very good for logistics. I mean, the shipping lines never had it so good. And
yes,
I think they don't want the Suez Canal to open again, because then otherwise there would be overcapacity. So what is good for some is bad for others, and vice versa, right?
Yeah. Luckily for us, we're not very active now with projects in the Middle East, so we're not struggling with concrete positions that we have there. But of course, you start to see some lack of equipment arriving here. You're starting to see some uncertainty on the table. But so far, our business has been so far so good. So
very, very impressive, Miguel. I must say, yes, you certainly have the background and the whole family story that you mentioned here. It's most impressive. So I think with you taking over after your father, there's a new, fresh, let's say, action coming in. So I'm sure you'll be there another 50 years. So.
Hopefully. I have a 2.5-year-old son, and maybe there's a third generation coming already. He loves trucks, ships, and everything that is big with cranes. So I think he has it.
Yeah. Well, we say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, as we say.
That is correct. Yeah.
Right, Miguel. I want to say formally thank you very much for this interview.
It's been a pleasure, Bo. I'm a big fan of your newsletter, your videos, so I am very happy to be able to participate here and to take CEIT Logistics, further into the world for people to know us, and happy to help with anything you need in Spain.
Thank you very much. And to all our listeners, viewers, and readers from around the world, this was yet another great interview by Project Cargo Weekly. Our special guest of honor today has been Mr. Miguel Figaredo, Director and Business Development Director of CEIT Logistics. based in Guillaume in Spain. I'm not sure I said the port name correctly, but northwest of Spain.
Close enough. Close enough.
Close enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do contact him if you have anything in and out of Spain, any heavy lift transportation, any project cargo. They have engineering department and certainly have the references and a history to back it up. So for me in Project Cargo Weekly, until next time, thank you very much.